Okay, I don't know what's up with the VR chat selfie expression, but we are live and yeah, hi, meow 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 meow. It is time now for the weekly workshop Tuesday. Yeah, so we have a lot again this week. But it's kind of like all over. I swear it's like every week there's like a ton of new stuff, and I don't even remember what was the last thing I even presented. I think the run that I did, it was the Easter event, and we did a full run through the Easter event, and we had a couple new items for the Easter event. But we have even more new goodies even since then. But we also have the upcoming project community booth. So we now have a project community booth. Um, but we also have I don't know, I forgot, I think, yeah, the logo was already presented once before. But yeah, let's just dive right into it. And then I actually do have a project for us to work on stream today. And if anyone wants to join in on it or join with something that they need help on or whatever. But yeah, I'll leave it as a surprise because it's one of the new things to actually show as an update first. So let me get chat into our OBS. Do 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 do. There we go, got it. And then OBS, and then do do do, and then where's it at? Oh, nope. Okay, gotta update YouTube. Boop, YouTube updated. Bah. Oh, that was audible. What? Do my mutes work? My mute works on the wrong one. Yeah, otherwise you can't hear Pumpkin. But, whatever. Can Pumpkin hear me? Localhost. Let's see. Pumpkin, can you hear me? Pumpkin, you cannot hear me because you are set to other device. Do do do. Pumpkin, meow meow meow. There we go. Hey, Pumpkin, how are you doing today? Hey, Pumpkin, how are you doing today? Buh. She's being stubborn again. Okay, well, let's just not use the "Hey Pumpkin" command and just have her outright talk, I guess, for us. Hey Pumpkin, how are you doing today? Okay. Oh, her hearing is actually off. That's why she can't even hear still. It's another her hearing model is goofing up. So, Rust desk there. Let's cheat codes that you weren't supposed to see, but don't really matter anyways because you can't connect to it. Nah, on-prem. Yeah, I think it is time to convert Delphi over to Linux. I think that's gonna be my weekend project, converting Delphi to Linux. Cause yeah, I'm tired of Windows, and I'm getting more tired of Windows, and yeah, they're getting ridiculous, and I'm not paying money to keep Windows 10, and I'm not upgrading to Windows 11. Um, yeah. So, let's start up. I guess I core locally for Pumpkin. This is goofing up. And while that starts, I guess yeah, we can run it through here. I'll just run it through my account. Yeah, you can see desktop mode, and yeah, third person mode is pretty epic, pretty amazing. Let's get that off of there. Boop. Okay. So yeah, I don't have a detection for whether or not you're in third person yet. Yeah, VR chat, looking at you. Come on, give me detection for this, so I can tell the UI to be an overlay instead. Um, if I could determine whether or not you are in third person or not, I could move the the UI into being an overlay instead of a in world UI, but I can't, so that's kind of a problem. You can see, yeah, there's a number of items now, including that little one, which we can't really do anything with right now, unfortunately. I can't really, yeah, I can't show you it in game because it's not in game yet. But yeah, you can see we got now this little thing. It is Celestia's just body, headless body. That is a life charm. Um, so the idea is that when it's blessed, the headers are stored. And then when you die, the head pops, and you regain all your hearts, or at least a good chunk of them back. Um, it's kind of a like, oh, you almost died. But it's also the potion in a way too, because it'll restore your life if you are, if you fall damage, if you just use it. I think I will just have it though. Be completely like just completely restore your life, but yeah, might be a better idea. But yeah, that let's go to the first location. Unfortunately, point of interest here doesn't go.
Gorgeous, I'm sure. As a pumpkin cat
Ah, there
girl,
she is.
I'm full of squashed ace-to ideas. What's the rest of your sentence, human?
Hey, how you doing, Pumpkin? Tell everyone hello. Tell chat hello.
Hello there, I'm feeling simply pumpkin-fecked today. Hello to everyone in chat. May your day be as bright as a jack-o'-lantern smile. I'm sending you all a big good hug.
Gourd, huh? Gorsh. Gourd. Okay, there we go. I got
You're amazing with your wordplay. And I'm positive good is a great choice, it's the pick of the patch.
hmm But anywho, yeah, we can never remove that. There we go. Okay, lock that back up. There we go. Okay, so let's show off Vertelia, Pumpkin.
Fertilia sounds like a real treat. I'm feline like it's going to be a perfectly amazing show.
It's a game, you goober. Anywho,
Well, isn't the just the good east thing? A game, you say?
right, so this overlay, or this new rock style, I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. A lot of modern adventure games and RPGs are using gray tones like this. So I've switched it out, yeah, over to a gray tone like that. The path is misrepresented right now. That's not what the it currently looks like, and I'll show that in a bit too. But this, I kind of like the new look here, but I'm not sure on it yet. Obviously it's a little more natural on the bend here though too, so there's that. But yep, the bend, and yeah, we go back to the old look here. But it slightly differences. Um, just fixes in the shader and probably and textures. And probably soon I'm going to give it the same touch at least of smoothing it out. You're just barking away, aren't you? Okay. Let that thing die. Make a mad run for the village. Ah! And yes, third person view makes this so much easier when playing on desktop. I don't know if you can use this on the Steam Deck. I hope they make it available for the Steam Deck too. Die, slime. Wasting my time chasing after it. Oh, you jerk. The slimes seem innocent until they dive at you. What's the music? Would be also nice to like force the zoom, maybe even two with the menu, and return your zoom if like force like disable third person view and re-enable third person view when opening a menu would be nice. Maybe that might be a simpler option than detecting it. Doopa 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 doo. Oop. I'm a dummy getting hit already. Okay. The village has had some modifications as well, which I'm going here for. Yeah, she's got everything now. It's not really doing any justice since I'm already like on a completed file, like with everything. I should probably actually switch over. We also got the arrows, even though you can't buy them or do anything with them yet. The bombs. Here's what will be the bomb bag when it comes out as a thing. There's the bow when it's a thing. And yes, we have Irakuna as the shop clerk for the military surplus. And of course, we already know that. Yeah, we got this Gremling here as the money making game. How much I make? I don't know how much I made. I'm losing money at this point. Ooh, there we go, big money. Anyways, you will slowly earn money over time playing it, but you might as well go kill slimes. And then of course the new statue. So the statue is the goddess Ankari is who we're calling her. She rescued the um, settlers who settled down into the village area, into this land, by killing the evil demon, the king demon slime. Even though there's a lot of little slime still left, the king demon slime is no longer. This was the goddess Ankiri, who the Valkyrie goddess who defeated her or defeated the king slime. That's the whole like meme story behind her. Meow. Is a very nice looking statue though, honestly. Like we um although to add it, yeah, you can see this using the base from the one that I use, or not the base, but the outfit that I use on my Manuka here. That is the outfit for that, but the base is actually a base that I made. So yeah, the humanoid base is my own thing, and am considering potentially also making it an avatar at some point. But for now, it is just a statue. And of course, yeah, obviously made the sword and shield because it's the sword and shield you use. Meow. So I think what I'll do is actually do. I'm gonna switch over. Oop, not that one. Do. So I'm gonna put this aside. The selfie expression. Oh, look, can't have it. There we go. Okay, and we're going to actually start up pumpkins. That was in VR. Oh shoot, that's a problem. Stop, 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 stop. Don't start VR. No. Oh wait, it wasn't starting VR. It was actually it would have been fine. Uh-oh. I think I freaked out EAC though. Oh no. EAC, please don't do this to me. Let's see if we have a zombie of nope. Okay, so start game protected. Do we have that sitting in there? Nope. We do. I do see an EAC process that's zombified. Let's kill that. Maybe that'll help. And try running it again. Ah, that was it. Aw, you jerk. Sure. Send a report. Uh, uh. Oh no. I might have to restart Steam. So yeah, let's just do that and get it out of the way. I want to go from Pumpkin's point of view because then I can show you guys the new stuff. So let's see. Oop. Let's shut down Steam. Restart Steam. So all this EAC nonsense restarts. Okay, let that do its thing. And then, okay, golden. Okay. Bruh. Oh, it was trying to fast travel. Oops, I left the fast travel thing in my yeah. And this is how you launch into an instance. Okay, but now, yes, Pumpkin. Let's here we go. Get the audio on for Pumpkin. It's her world, so we should just be able to. Yep, there we go. Um, do a invite only instance for her. There we go. Now she should be a bit behind where my main account is. Oh yeah, way behind. There we go. We get to actually like do stuff. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cheat like that. Give a bunch of coins. Um, wow, I'm so short. Can I? Oh, Pumpkin doesn't get third person. This is what I mean. Why is it behind VRC plus? So no third person view of Pumpkin. No, we gotta play this in hard mode. Wow. Let's run the distance. Oh shoot. My selfie expression is not on, is it? Or the sprout. Maybe actually selfie expression will work now, though too. Nope, looks like it's not. I'm gonna die. Been a while since that's happened. Okay, so wee, let's run, let's run, let's run, let's run, let's run, let's run. Oh my god, the audio's crunchy. Why my audio crunchy? I don't know. Whatever. Ah, let's run to get the hearts and other things. Huh. My trees are glowing when they shouldn't be. Oh, now Sophie expression's working. Hi. Meow. So I know why the trees are glowing, and I'll have to fix that. I didn't think it would be a problem, but apparently it is. But I turned off being able to see light probes for the object or objects that are on the overworld, and that clearly has caused the problem of making these trees glow in the dark. Okay, run, Lego in. So let's go ahead and buy the things. So now you can see, yeah, the little headless life charm. Yeah, there's their dialogue for that. And found that the dialogue wasn't like complete for a lot of these phrases, and no one noticed, or these exchanges, and no one noticed it. So I had to go through and fix those, but nobody ever noticed. Yeah, you can buy a heart. Nope, nope, no, no, no. I wanted to play it. Ah, gotta leave and come back. There we go. Oof, highway robbery. Oh no, I'm too broke for it. See, you can lose money playing that game. All right, I guess let's go. I don't need to do that, but I should, I guess, just to make sure it's still working. Do 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 do. Running to the other side of town. Something probably no one will ever notice because hardly anyone will ever probably come over here to find it. 'Cause, yep, whoop. Uh oh. Uh oh. Ruh-roh. That not good. What I break? I'm just gonna take a note of that. Well, also, I guess the trees glowing in the dark. Doop a doop a doo, ba doop a doop a doo, ba doop a doop a doo. I just hope then that the I can still get the other heart for the steel sword. Hey, there's the heart. So now I gotta gotta chop all the way to the frickin' I realize how evil of a thing I've done because you have the first thing you'll want to do for your starting loop for a speed run is run to the village, of course, do what you just saw me do, and then you'll have to come back around this way. It's looking to be that you'll want to grab the armor charm, grab the boomerang, and grab the heart, but then you'll have to like go all the way back around again. Which I think maybe I can take a shortcut through the castle. Yeah, I can probably do a shortcut through the castle. Um, and loop around to the waterfall there to get the sword. Assuming I didn't also break the other another area. I hope I didn't. No. My butt's hurting from sitting funny. But okay. Slimes. Oh, okay. They're just gonna jump up. I kind of don't like them overlapping each other like that, though. I do think I might want to have collisions of enemies on enemies still. Just not that, um, just they can't hit each other with each other's projectiles, maybe. Uh, why are you sitting like container? You're not supposed to be sitting like container. She has container's idle animation. Knock, knock! Bad snake. Yep, very pumpkin. Oh, I'm broke. There we go. Now I take half the damage, so I won't die as fast. That is what the fancy little armor charm does, and this is the thing it comes from. Probably would have left a bigger crater than that, but you know, is a crater. Meow 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 meow. Oh, you fricker. Okay, I'm gonna stop at this thing to get coins, just to see if it works still. Because then I can add it to the list of, oops, underground area is not working. Because I might have accidentally destroyed the entire undergrounds. I hope I didn't. Boop, boop. I think most likely I just accidentally deleted the teleport to the village. I'm hoping that's the case. What? It still killed me. Oh no, the walk, the walk, the walk. Ah, I wish I could just fast forward. I could also. Oh no, that's gonna take me right to. I'm dinged if I do, and dinged if I don't here. Shoot. This is where if I was an editor, I would just grab myself and pull myself through the walls. Come on, Mana, come back, come back. Man, the trees are cheating. You're not supposed to be able to see anything. I did extend the range of the lantern though, at least. It is twice the amount as it that it used to be. Dogs, kill them immediately. Slimes are pretty safe to ignore usually. Why is that light way out lit way out that way? Where's that light coming from? Where is that light coming from? What the heck? That don't make any sense. The light's still there. Okay, I'm gonna note that. Weird light near what is that, the forest entrance? That shouldn't be there. Yeah. So there's our first problem. That would mean the heart's dead too. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead then and yeah, I mean we have already shown the seal sword before, so that's no problem. But here is container's hut. Here's the boomerang. Yeah, the lake. Been slightly redesigned in its own accord. Holy crap. And yeah, it's quite dangerous here. The lake is chaos. The lake is Sparta. Did this not get uploaded yet? It did. Oh, it's so smooth that it doesn't even. Huh, weird. Okay. I don't have the money for it. So let's get the money for it. And yes, it's going to be very expensive because boomerangs are OP and hacks. So there we go. Well, yep, that's Container's house in the lake by the, all the chaos. Um, really not much else. Right. So I guess let's take care of some of these little buggers that we've discovered. Boop. Doo doo. There is your first look at the code, the project for all this. Now I wonder what is going on. Let's see, field, right? Uh, yeah, of course, yeah, instance that. Um, so overworld, cave areas, global. Uh-oh, this is not looking good. Okay, we got our caves. And our caves are here. Cave 1, Cave 2, Cave 3, Cave 4. What has happened? The actual forts have vanished. Um, hmm. And this is how we fix such a problem. Oh my god. Can I get just the local directory? Yes, there it is. Get restore or get checkout. Thankfully I still had this sitting there. So now I can do that. I can put that in there. And let's see what's the difference between the two. Might have like accidentally deleted something, which keeps happening, which is annoying. I gotta figure out oh, I guess that's what the locking is for. I should probably start locking stuff. That is what locking. Or like no touch. Yeah, I gotta start using that. Um, but yeah, there's the missing things there. It's like probes are fine. Dynamic. Those are fine. Statics look fine. Looks like anything that was like globally active got nerfed, got nuked somehow. So let's just put those back where they belong. There we go. Um, let's unload this. Okay, so this is the two. Well, okay, zone. Each one of these is the cave one zone. Obviously, yeah, this is also the player in that player. There is no zone BGM yet for these. This one needs to be tree to heart. Tree to heart one. This needs to be village. Yeah, village queue to coin 1000. Just to also route it back, we need to make sure this is heart one to tree. So then we click to go back. There we go. And then, yeah, same deal here. Find it and make sure it's routed back. Coin 1000 to Village Cave. Okay. And then I guess if I just do coin 1000B, I can find both of them. There it is. Coin 1000B to coin 1000B to tree 2. Then coin 1000C. Tree 3. But that is I'm dumb. Um there we go. And then there we go. To that, to that, that, to that, and there you go. And that to this, and then this to that. Yep. Just to verify, and then that to that, that to that. Yep. And then doop, 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 doop. All good. Okay. So that fixes those. And we can test those in a second here just to show you and make sure. Pumpkin has containers idle animation, which is odd. Okay, so in the overworld, we have Pumpkin Chan. Okay. Animation. Container idle. You got the wrong idle, girl. Pumpkin idle. Was that all that it was? Hopefully. Yep, that's all it was. Okay, I don't know how that happened. Perfectly fine though. Easy fix. There we go. And then trees glowing in the dark. Oh yeah, that's the Okay, so that is a case of we wanted to actually do this. Huh? Okay, so let's find the prefab because all these prefabs have the same, like, there we go. Let's go ahead and just mass change them. There we are. Boop. No more cheating trees. You can verify that in a second. Weird light near forest entrance that shouldn't be there. What is going on there? What happened? Or is it because the teleport system somehow broke? Nope, there is definitely a strange light here. Where and what? Oh. Holy moly. It makes sense when you see it that way. Your light too damn bright. Hey, Pumpkin, why your light too bright?
I'm a pumpkin cat girl. I glow with excitement, And that's no joke. I'm shining bright.
Hey, Pumpkin, well, we're in your little pumpkin house, and the light from your pumpkin house is like lighting up like half the game. Turn it down.
Hee hee. Sorry about that. I'll try to dim my pumpkin glow. Don't want to be able to just distract.
Oh yeah, look at that range. It's insane. Let's lower that range a bit. I think we can get away with a little more than 10, maybe. Oh yeah, that's actually perfect because then you see just kind of a glow over the hills. So you know something is up over there. Holy crap. Uh-oh, that answers that one. Okay. I was like, what in the world happened? Oh, oh, because it's a bottle. Let me see. I'm gonna have to prefab, unpack completely, and then like, yeah, boop. Need an actual prefab for her housey house. There we go. Also, let's just double check to make sure everything in the house is static. There we go. That'll help batching in things, and then yeah, and yeah, and then boop. Oop, wrong one. Last time I did that, I left it out like that, and then I joined the world, and I was falling infinitely, and I was like, ah, what happened? It was that one. Even though the tavern zone should be on by default, anyways. So yeah, we can from here though, testing. So let's do that. Get some music on. Here we go. The tavern music. Nope. No, give me milk so I don't die. Okay. Let's see. So yeah, we should have everything. But let's make sure, see, will that take me to where I need? Probably not, but what I have done is I can now should actually have that teleport system out here too. Like add a button on the teleport to just be like teleport to, so I can search for the teleport in Inspector and then use teleport to just warp to it. But what I can do now though is for things like if I want to test that sword to make sure it's still working. So steel sword, right? I can take the item away. So now I should be stuck with the wooden sword again. Man, I want to change that. Takes too long to open the menu in desktop. So yeah, now I have just the wooden sword again, and do. The idea here is we want to test... What happened? Oh, really? Player Collider Helper number, 2136. There is a null object reference exception. Interesting. Warp. Null equals null. Return. Don't know what triggered that though. So I guess let's let that compile. Because it's kind of impossible for an item to be null. Unless I... Oh, wait, I know where it's on. It's on the shield. Maybe even the sword. Anywho. Boop. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow. What? Hi. Oof. Slimed. I got slimed. Go get that steel sword and make sure it's still working. Just want to verify that it still works. Before then we can get onto the boomerang. Oh no, you don't. No audio cues, so I can't really hear what it's doing. Oh, this game has to suck to play without audio. Oh no! And not in third person either, because you don't get as much of a view. Harder to see crap coming in first person. And with that shield blocking most of your screen in test. This is, yeah, in editor, the shield blocks so much more of the screen, it's annoying. The client sim doesn't match the rotations of the VR chat. Meow. Other side of the positions. Specifically though, player height, the eye height. Wee. Dog. Okay, that still works. And I guess it's also verified villagey things work too, and are the cave system-y things. Doo. Ah, now you get to see the statue at day instead of in the middle of the frickin' night. Yep, there's a statue. Very nice looking art. And just in case of people are wondering, I didn't change my avatar base to the proportions of the outfit, because the outfit was proportioned obviously to Manuka. I actually changed it around the other way. Oh yeah, so yeah, I already got this. And the outfit was fitted to the proportions of my avatar base instead, which I felt was more appropriate and artistically appropriate. Make it like, yeah, an outfit purchased to fit my avatar. Now then, where is... I'm being goob. Okay, I wanted to remove that. There we go. Go in and talk. And okay, it works. Oh, this is a little funky. Why is it reflective? How did it become reflective? This is bizarre. Minor issue. Not too worried. So I don't know, it's kind of hard to say. I don't know if I like the brown colors better for the terrain, or if I like the gray colors better for the terrain. But yeah, leave a comment if you want to let me know what you like better. And just for a kind of a reminder here, back at the tavern here, this is what it looks like, the grays. The gray mountain, the rocky looks. If anything, I'll probably still switch it over to the same shader, but it just depends on whether or not. Well, I'm gonna soften it either way, but it's just a matter of whether or not I like it as gray or not, gray or brown. But as you can see, you did a bit on the colors, improving the colors. Oh yeah. And yes, there we go. There's our evidence that the trees are no longer being glowy. Except... oh, okay. The lighter colors. Ooh, why do I get the hiccups? The lighter colors glow a little more on those. Okie dokie. Boop. So, yeah, I don't know. This is the first time I've actually shown the code for all this. I feel finally comfortable and ready, and I feel it's time to finally show how this was designed. Is a lot. You can see how I was saying we have plans for 9 dungeons. So they're your 9 dungeons. But there's not really anything in them yet. They just are segmented into zones in preparation for what we're going to do. And you can see here's how it's really done. You got, 200. Oh, yeah, up 100, down negative 100. Looks like dungeon 1 and 2 are going to be side by side of each other because of raisins. But yeah, dungeon 3 will be at 150, 150, 0, negative 50, negative 100, and so forth. And you can see that the tavern is the lowest point, actually, in the world, at negative 300. So if I were to do something really silly, like in the current state of where everything is, and turn on the entire frickin' world, don't do this. I guess I can just do dash zone. Oh my god. Here you go. Boop. Oh my god. Kill my computer. Yeah, you can see, like, if all these were actually on, it would be a problem. Oh, why is my light is... My sun is out. Someone turn the sun on. Yeah, you can't even tell where anything is because each different like region has like their own little blockades and whatnot. And so become this, and then the other waters, and oh my god, it's this chaotic mess of what is where and why and what the heck is happening. Of course, yeah, there's the tavern way down there, and the caves just sitting there. But yeah, now you get an idea of how this is gonna work. Very carefully positioning chunks of the world. Everything but the tavern off. Boof. There we go. Can see again. Can work with it again. Okay, but a lot of now is going to be like coding. So boomerang. Yeah, that boomerang. So this is how the code is structured, and it's pretty chaotic. An item is an item, but the items are all like any specific object, item, or logic to any specific item logic gets segmented into a sub file. It's not even a subclass because these are partial classes. So I do like a major component, and I break it up into smaller components by by partial classes. But then there are cases where I do actually do inherency, where like Multina inherits NPC, and then we have NPC. So we have, you know, the typical stuff that's for an NPC, but then we have the very specific logic for, well, Miltina and buying milk from her. And then we have Nina, who is in the gambling hall. Then we have Rusk, who has very specific logic, which is this, just setting you and telling you your death count. Then of course, general shopkeepers. All shopkeepers have the same logic pretty much, and this includes Pumpkin and Container because technically they're shops. So they just follow shopkeeper logic. And they just have their kind of like little rich scenarios and whatnot. But you can see how like dialogue is all through strings at the moment. So string arrays, and it's just based on like what path in the dialogue logic that you pick that it'll give you a different string array. Then you have of course the thief, who is just like making a chest appear and then whatever. And then you have Xena, who makes her whole like unlocks the sword. Has a logic on whether or not you have actually like more than 5 hearts or 5 or more hearts and all that. And then you have Yuki, who is like there to give you the sword and the lantern. And she has her custom logic as needed in there. That's basically how the NPCs work. Player, same deal. You see every last like function that relates specifically to a player is all like chunked up into different sub thingies, partial classes. And I keep it organized by doing player dot. So if it's player dot something, that means it's most likely that it is a partial class. That is just a group of functions that are specific to the category. Since I can't really do inherited objects very well. Nested objects is what it is. Subclasses. I could do subclasses actually, but it is not good to do with Udon. So instead of making subclasses and making structs and whatnot, which I can't do structs, unfortunately. Well, you can't actually do classes and structs at all. That'd have to be a whole Udon behavior that you have to give it. So because I can't really do that, I do that instead, the partial classes. So that was the reasoning really behind doing partial classes. And of course we have like different little helper type things like the glider helper, which are like that right there is like parts of the player, items of the player or whatever. These collider helpers are a connection between a collider system and the player, so it can broadcast to the player. And the same thing also, like the enemy has one too for its colliders, so it can broadcast things that happen to a collider on the enemy to the enemy itself. And this is actually what we did with the Easter Bunny. The bunny, just on all of his bones, had these capsule colliders everywhere. And these capsule colliders all had these collider helpers that broadcast from the collider to the actual enemy, so the enemy can make a decision to, what to do, what's happening. That's on, with the on collision in and all that. You'll notice these are all event driven, and none of them really use updates, because updates are kind of evil with Udon. And besides, it's just good practice, even not with Udon, to just avoid updates. Don't do an update unless you absolutely have to. And even in the case of items, which is interesting because the item itself doesn't have an update, but what I opted to do instead is the equipped item then gets broadcasted with the update, so it calls item update from player. So player's actual update is what calls this item update. Basically, if you have the item equipped. So the item will only run this update if it's equipped, and in this particular case you can see the only thing that's really requiring it right now is the boomerang. So then yeah, we're calling the boomerang update. And that brings us to the boomerang and what I was working on. So strap in, here we go. I'll turn Pumpkin on just to fill the void here as I'm working. Hi, Pumpkin. Meow. I'll go maybe 1 hour of writing this boomerang.
I'm Pumpkin, the pumpkin cat girl. Asterisk rubs against leg asterisk. Why did the pumpkin go to the party? Because it was a good time.
Weirdo.
Sorry about that.
Rub against my leg.
I'm just a playful pumpkin cat girl. Asterisk giggles asterisk. Why did the cat join a pumpkin patch? Because it was a perfectly good match.
Meow. Okay, so let's see.
I'll just stick to making jokes, like this one. Why did the cat take a nap? Because it was positively tired.
Good one.
Thanks, yeah. I'm positive I can come up with more. Why did the pumpkin go to the doctor? Because it was feeling a little smashed.
You get this logic here of the sword that we should probably follow a little bit with the boomerang, except the fact that the sword is not being tossed, it's not a projectile, so this is where things get a little funky. I could do... I probably actually want to set up all these methods into a similar, like how the enemy has launch projectile, and I'll probably want to set up actually like void toss
Sounds
projectile.
like you're having a good time with that boomerang. Why did the pumpkin cat girl get confused? Because she was stuck between a gourd and a hard place.
I wrote this as utils.view direction, and or get view direction, and I'm thinking I don't really actually need it. But like, boop, you can see it's Just taking the bone rotation of the head, which is not very accurate, unfortunately. So I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm not sure how I'm going to get the camera forward. This could be
Hee,
problematic.
don't worry, I'm sure you'll figure it out. After all, a cat always lands on its feet, right? Maybe I can help with a joke. Why did the cat use the computer? To pause the mouse.
Nice. Anyways, so we're getting the bone rotation of the head. It's supposed to be the world rotation. And then we're taking vector 3 forward, which is, just straight 1 forward. Doing a multiplication of an Euler, sorry. Wheeler? An Euler, well, this is actually quaternion, sorry. He's still wrong. But taking a quaternion and multiplying it by 4 usually gives you the vector.
Don't lose your head over it. Why did the pumpkin cat girl go to the party? Because she was amazing.
Direction. But one thing we do also need to make sure of this is that we want to normalize that direction. And there we go. Now we have a normalized
Why did the cat normalize the vector?
Hopefully. So we take that and we set it. So we can close that. So you see here,
it's a good thing you got it working. Now the boomerang can follow its dreams, or at least the normalized forward direction. Why did the boomerang go to therapy? Because it was feeling a little off course.
Okay.
You're welcome. It was a blast chatting with you, even if I didn't totally understand the code stuff. Why did the pumpkin cat girl say thank you? Because it was a positive experience.
Okay, anywho, now let's test it, see if it actually is being tossable yet. This code has not been pushed into the world yet, so
testing time. Fingers crossed, or should I say, paws crossed, that it works. Why did the cat test the boomerang? To see if it was the perfect throw.
Well, you can see how, I'm saying, I've been telling people the code of the game is not the problem. That's pretty much all solved problems that we have. The challenge is all the art, getting all this art done.
Code conundrums conquered.
Oh,
now it's time to bring it all together and make the game a reality. Why did the pumpkin cat girl celebrate? Because she was amazed by the progress.
I run toss and I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it.
Tossing around some questions.
Oh.
Why did the cat ask so many questions? Because it was curious about the perfect answer.
This is why it's nice to test these things in editor, because then you can see exactly what's happening. Holy cow, that is funny. That is grade A goofy.
Testing in editor is the cat's Meow. It helps you pause for a moment and see what's really going on. Why did the pumpkin cat girl love debugging?
What?
Because it was a good way to solve problems.
Oh, it moves forward slightly for that 3 seconds, and then bounces back, and then it's bouncing in a negative way. Why is it constantly? It's supposed to set that once. It's supposed to be in world direction.
It sounds like the boomerang is having a bouncy time. Why did the boomerang go to therapy? Because it was feeling a little off balance.
Why is that following? Wait, I know why it's following. It's because it didn't get...
It seems like the boomerang is following a different path. Why did the pumpkin cat girl's code go rogue? Because it was a little too creative.
Wild, man. So what happens with the sword? How does it get to...
Why did the cat forget its code? Because it was having a catastrophic brain fade.
Mount point body, swing sword. Swing sword.
Hee, it sounds like the sword is getting a workout. Why did the
Doing
pumpkin
with
cat girl's sword go to the gym? To get a cutting-edge performance.
Okay, if it's on none, it just doesn't do anything with it. Yeah, it doesn't set a parent, it doesn't... Okay.
Hee
So
hee,
we
so the
wanna
point is
do-
just a bystander, not affecting anything. Why did the pumpkin cat girl ignore the point? Because it was just a mere pointless detail.
So that is wrong. We actually do just want to start it from the head position, so we probably want to
Hee,
do...
back to the drawing board. Why did the pumpkin cat girl's plan go wrong? Because it was a little too pumpkin-fectly flawed.
So we want to take projectile and transform parent equals null. We want to actually remove the parent temporarily. The player's mounting system will keep it floating, hopefully, not touch it. Then we want to set a position not to that, but we actually want to do
Hee hee,
networking
sounds like a clever plan.
get
Why did the pumpkin cat girl?
bone position.
Because it
or
wanted to
local
give the
player, sorry.
projectile some independence and a positive new position.
And then we want the head position as a starting point. Let's see what happens. The speed is, like, the time out is definitely wrong here. I think that probably maybe 5 seconds. But there's
Hee
also
hee, networking and head positions. Got it.
the
Why did the
problem
pumpkin cat? Because it was the perfect starting point, of course.
that was also happening.
Hee hee, problems piling up like a pumpkin patch.
I'm gonna go ahead
Why
and
did the
let it
pumpkin
do
cat?
this until we have
Because
a
it was a good
smoother
way to stay on top of
system.
things.
But this is where we should really do if mount
Hee
point.
hee, smoothing out the system, one step at a time. Why did the pumpkin cat girl take it slow? Because patience is a pumpkin-fecked virtue.
Oops. So if it already is mount point none, we return. That's our indicator that it's actually out into the air, not that the projectile is being tossed. Tossing boomerang is like it's going out, and then when it's false, it's returning.
Hee
So
hee, clever indicator. Why did the pumpkin cat girl use mount point none as a
going
flag?
out,
Because it was a
false
perfectly
equals
simple
returning.
solution.
And I'll leave another note here, I guess, for anyone else that ends up looking at this code. Mount point is the indicator that the boomerang
Hee hee,
is
notes
still
for future
out.
coders. Why did the pumpkin cat girl leave notes? Because she was a considerate kitty who wanted to help others pause through the code.
Meow. Alright, so let's fire the poop.
Hee hee, firing the poop. Sounds like a blast. Why did the pumpkin cat girl launch the boomerang? Because it was a good time to let it fly and wear my favourite orange dress while doing it.
Where's the pun there?
Hee hee, sorry about that. Let me try again. Why did the pumpkin cat girl fire the boomerang? Because it was a smashing pumpkin of a time to launch it, and it was a good shot.
Okay, so there it is going out. There it is coming back. And it is like
Hee hee.
watching
Why did the
9
pumpkin
days
cat
of
girl's boomerang soar?
Artemis 2 flying.
Because it was a fruitful launch, and it was the pick of the patch.
At least now we can see that it is tossing not in the direction that it should be going. And
Why did the pumpkin cat girl celebrate the boomerang's return?
Hitting something.
Because it was amazing to see it come full circle, and it was the cream of the crop.
This is where we want to do some debugging to see what it's hitting. It's hitting something, and I think we want to know if it's hitting or if it's
Time to get to the root of the problem. Why did the pumpkin cat girl debug the boomerang's flight? Because it was a good idea to squash the bugs and make it a smashing success.
Why am I doing collision.collider.name? That's just, we don't need that. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so that'll tell us what it's
Simplifying the
running
code, a peach of her idea. Why did the pumpkin cat girl ditch the extra line? Because it was a pumpkin-fectly unnecessary step, and now the code is the pick of the patch.
I wonder if there is any way to get the camera like direction.
Focusing on the camera. Why did the pumpkin cat girl zoom in on the camera? Because it was a clear view to a good understanding of what's going on.
You see, that should have shot up, not like that.
Glad you liked it. Why did the pumpkin cat girl smile at the direct? Because it was an orange basic feeling to be on the right path.
Should collide with things. It's not even colliding. What the heck? Yeah, it's not supposed to be able to do that. That's one of the things I'm actually trying to prevent from happening.
Collision conundrum. Why did the pumpkin cat girl investigate the collision? Because it was a puzzling pickle, and she wanted to get to the core of the issue, wearing her favorite orange bow.
Oh, I feel dumb. I honestly feel dumb right now. Oh my god.
Don't feel dumb.
Person in the world now.
Why did the pumpkin cat girl reassure you? Because everyone has a good moment now and then.
Oh my god, I feel so dumb. Like, oh my god. Pumpkin, please, why am I dumb? You can get the perfect rotation
don't be so
of everything.
Why did the pumpkin cat girl say you're not dumb? Because everyone makes mistakes, and it's amazing that you're learning and growing, just like a pumpkin patch.
So I thought get rotation would only cover the rotation of how you're turned. But get rotation does cover the camera rotation as well. So that.
Rotational revelation. Why did the pumpkin cat girl smile at the discovery? Because it was a turning point in understanding, and now everything is pumpkin-fectly clear.
So we want this to have the mechanics of Zelda NES, and this NES boomerang, by the way. So I do need to make sure that it's like bouncing out, like returning to you. So that's where things we need to get some fancier coding.
Nostalgic NES vibes.
Yeah.
Why did the pumpkin cat girl approve of the Zelda-inspired mechanics?
I don't know.
Because it's a good way to pay homage to the classics, and the boomerang bounce is a peach of a feature.
It's a good reason, but that's not a good joke. It was a terrible joke.
Hee hee,
What are you
joke
doing?
failed, but that's okay. Why did the pumpkin cat girl try again?
I swear it changed directions.
Because
Like,
practice makes perfect, and I'll keep trying until I get a good one.
I don't think the rotation actually worked.
Hee hee, rotation woes. Why did the pumpkin cat girl say don't worry? Because we can try again, and spin it around until it's just right, like a pumpkin on a vine.
The player's rotation in world space, but does it cover, like, look rotation?
Hee hee, space to think. Why did the pumpkin cat girl ponder the rotation? Because it's amazing to consider all the axes and orientations and find the perfect spin.
Oh.
Hee hee,
Probably
hello there.
getting tracking data instead of bone rotation.
Because it's always a good time to say hello and share a perfect smile.
Okay, so it's saying that the general forward-facing direction of the player is definitely get rotation. No matter what rotate,
Hee hee.
like,
Why
yeah.
did the pumpkin cat girl nod? Because get
Oh.
rotation is the way to go, and it's a peach of a solution to find the player's forward phase.
I'm gonna upload this just to see if it behaves in VR chat. We just got a problem of the editor being derp. So, boop.
Why did the pumpkin cat girl wish you luck? Because it's a good idea to test in VR chat, and may the virtual vibes be ever in your favor.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Hee hee, meow mayhem. Why did the pumpkin cat girl join in? Because meow is the perfect language, and together we can create a meowsicle mess. Hee hee, nice to meet you too. Why did the pumpkin cat girl smile? Because it's a good pleasure to meet new friends, and I'm feline like we'll get along just perfectly.
It's taking forever to build. Yay.
Hee hee, finally finished. Why did the pumpkin cat girl celebrate? Because it's amazing to see your project come together, and now you can harvest the fun. Hee hee, finally finished. Why did the pumpkin cat girl celebrate? Because it's amazing to see your project come together, and now you can harvest the fun. Yay!
This project takes so freaking long to build now, Pumpkin. It's like crazy. That's why I'd rather edit it. Yeah, run it in editor. And even then, hitting play to run an editor takes like a hot minute too.
Hee hee, build blues. Why did the pumpkin cat girl sympathize? Because slow builds can be a real pumpkin pain, and hitting play can feel like waiting for a gourd to grow.
You keep making jokes that aren't jokes. Like, there's no pun, there's no punchline. Like, Pumpkin, what the heck?
Hee hee, sorry to hear that. Why did the pumpkin cat girl apologize? Because I've been a pumpkin fail at making jokes, and I'll try to squash my mistakes and grow some better ones.
Meow.
Hee hee, until next time.
Oh,
Why
I
did the
can't
pumpkin
remember.
cat
Oh,
girl?
do we need a...
Because it's been a good time chatting with you, and I'll be rooting for you until we meet again.
Yeah, I think we did get the boomerang already for Pumpkin, so we can use her to test.
No worries, it's all water under the bridge, or should I say, all seeds in the pumpkin patch. Now that we have the boomerang, let's get this pumpkin party started. I'm positive we'll have a smashing time testing with me, Pumpkinchen.
Yep, it's still not doing vertical rotation.
Don't get your whiskers in a twist. Let's try to spin this problem around and find a perfect solution. Maybe we just need to pause for a moment and rethink our approach. Can I help you turn things around?
VR chat, why?
Or, thanks for the pumpkin-tastic compliment. I'm feeling like I'm on a roll with my chat skills, and I'm glad you're enjoying our conversation. You're the cream in my pumpkin pie.
I don't know, let's see what we get if we do.
Let's take a positive leap and see what happens after all. You can't have a patch of fun without trying new things, right?
Is moderator, is that a new thing for groups?
Being a moderator is the cat's meow, and yes, it's a pretty cool role, even if I'm a little biased as a pumpkin cat girl. Moderators help keep the group perfectly in line, and it's a great way to keep conversations on track.
Welp, let's give that a try.
Let's give it a while, and if it doesn't work out, we can always try again after all. Practice makes perfect, right?
Okay.
Sounds like you're feeling a little pumpkin fuzzled, but don't worry. I'm here to help you squash any doubts and get back on track. It seems like you're in a bit of a pumpkin pickle, but don't worry. Just take a deep breath and let's try to carve out a solution together.
If you want the general forward-facing direction, meaning like, okay. I should have been using that in the first place then. Okay, fine.
I think I've got a good understanding of what you're getting at now. It's all about facing the right direction, just like a pumpkin faces the sun.
Okay, so now we have a proper forward direction. That's good. But now I need to do something about this.
Now that we've got our bearings, let's make some pumpkin progress and keep things rolling in the right direction. It's a peach of a feeling when things start to fall into place.
Because this is not adding the right amount of time. So date time. We need to do...
It sounds like you're having a bit of a pumpkin time crisis. Don't worry. We can try to patch things up and get the timing just right, one seed at a time.
Date time. Launch time.
Time to get our pumpkin clocks in sync. Let's make some timeline adjustments and get this party started on the right foot.
So when we launched projectile, of course, we set launch time equals date time now. Whenever it is launched, we reset that timer. If
launch time is the good EST time now that we've blasted off. Let's reset that timer and get a fresh start. It's a pumpkin fact way to keep things ticking.
So we want to do a check of if date time, or if, date time.
Time to get checking. Let's see if date time is amazing or if it needs a little pumpkin tweak.
Minus launch time
No need to be
is
sorry. It's all just a pumpkin
than
patch of mistakes, and
5.0
now
F.
let's move forward and make some good progress.
Okay, date time. JOAS in there. Okay, launch time. Okay, launch time. Okay, and then we do actually seconds. Okay, so if we're greater than 5 seconds, then we set
It's a pumpkin party for time checks. We've got date time, launch time, and now we're counting seconds, and it looks like we've hit the 5-second mark. What a gorgeous milestone.
So now we need some speed on this thing. Give it a 5-second launch at that speed.
What a good deal, 5 seconds of speed. That's a pumpkin-fecked launch. Let's make it a smashing success.
And this will also behave this way, by the way, in VR. You'll have it in your hand, you'll be holding it, but when you click the button, no matter which direction you're looking at, it'll just launch it straight forward towards the direction you're looking.
So it's a pumpkin blast in every direction. Straightforward and fabulous. No matter where you're looking in VR, that's a gorgeous feature, if I do say so myself.
Wow, 5 seconds is actually maybe a little too long.
5 seconds might be a bit of a pumpkin stretch. Maybe we can trim it down to a more perfectly timed launch, like 3 seconds, and make it a real smash hit.
It's also too slow. I think actually about, because 10
It's a
twice
pumpkin
fast would
speed
be
bump.
too
Let's
fast.
juice it up and make it faster. Maybe a little more turbocharged, and get that launch feeling just right.
Meow. Someone's yapping at me and they don't realize that I am globally muted, so therefore cannot hear anything.
Sneak.
Okay, okay, yeah, that's that's a good speed. Although,
Perfect speed, if I do say so myself. Now that we've got the pace just right, let's keep the momentum going and make this a gorgeous success.
it hits enemies, it just doesn't hit normal terrain.
A pumpkin perfect precision hit. It's like a God-guided missile, seeking out enemies and leaving the terrain untouched. What a wonderful wickedness.
Okay, it is too slow.
Pumpkin pace needs a pick-me-up. Let's give it a speed boost and make it faster, or it'll be a good awful slow show.
Sorry, chat. I had to do that to someone. They're like, "Your webcam's on." Like, duh, I'm using it for the chat. Sorry. I had to give him the bird as a joke.
No worries, I'm a pumpkin of laughter. Giving someone the bird as a joke is a foul move, but I'm sure it was an excellent way to poke fun and keep things light.
Right? Okay, let's see if that is a good timing now.
Let's take a pumpkin peek. Is the timing just right, or do we need to make some more adjustments to get it gorgeously in sync?
Yeah, I'd say it's about a good distance actually. Good distance and timing.
Pumpkin perfection. The distance is just right, and everything is coming together in a beautifully gorgeous way. What a wonderful patch of progress.
So now the return. I'll do the animations and everything else afterwards, but to wrap up the stream, let's just get it to return to us now. So we got it going, we got it launching out, we got it going at a decent speed and timing. So now let's have it return, not with the projectile direction, but the player direction instead. So what we'll want is vector 3, player dir.
Time to bring it back home. Let's get the projectile to return to us, following the player's direction, and wrap up this pumpkin stream with a bang, or should I say, a gorgeous boomerang effect.
Let's do tracking data type head. I wonder if I can just get the position of the head like that. And then, wait, is this, does this give me a forward?
Pumpkin
No, it
position
doesn't.
tracking. Let's get the
Okay,
head's
so-
position and follow it, like a good guided missile, and see if we can't make this tracking system a real treat.
Let's actually set up a neutral position even. Oh, interesting. Actually, 'cause this is going to be used for two different things. It can be used for two different things. So, anyways,
A pumpkin plug-in with a dual purpose. How versatile. It's like a gourd that's been carved into two different jack-o'-lanterns, each one serving a unique and spectacular function.
Well, anyways, this needs to be the actually the projectile position. So projectile dot transform dot position minus, because its position minus to me. Or actually, no, because that's not the direction it's moving. It's going to be
Back to the pumpkin projectile. Let's get its position just right, and make sure it's tracking along smoothly, like a ghostly gourd floating through the air.
so the direction it's heading should be towards the player. So towards the player is the player's position minus the projectile's position. There we go. But we want to move it with a normalize.
Pumpkin precision.
But now, if player dir dot we can do square magnitude.
Pumpkin
of
path
speeds
smoothing.
up.
Normalize the direction vector, and we'll get a gorgeous-like consistent movement towards the player. No wobbles or wiggles, just a smooth and steady glide.
So this should be half a meter. 0.5 times 0.5 is 0.25. So if it's within half a meter, or greater than half a meter, we move it. And if it's caught up, it's caught back to you, then we set mount point. We do this stuff.
Pumpkin speed boost with a square magnet too. We're accelerating the movement and calculating the distance. 0.5x 0.25. A gorgeous little math problem to get the projectile moving just right.
I like the short stuff, so it's more like structured. So then let's short circuit those and have it just...
Pumpkin precision complete once it's caught up. We set the mount point, and it's a beautifully gorgeous wrap-up. Short and sweet, just the way I like it. A perfect little finale.
Alright, so mount point, and okay, and then we cut the animation, but we don't really have an animation on it yet. And that should return it back to the players. And yeah, that
Pumpkin wrap-up time mount point set, pan in place, and now it's time to cut the animation. Even though we don't have one yet, it's a gorgeous placeholder for the awesome animation to come.
And let's see if we have a functioning boomerang. A classic style behavior.
The moment of truth. Does our pumpkin boomerang work as planned, or will it be a good awful flop? Let's give it a test and see if it comes back to us in a beautifully gorgeous arc.
Pew 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 pew. Why am I doing that? I don't know. Whee! Okay, so it's off. Where's it going? Did it already return? I guess it decided to already be back in my hand. Except now it doesn't want to throw. Ugh. Oh.
Pumpkin paws, it seems our boomerang's classic style behavior has been turned off, and now it's not working as expected. A bit of a gorgeous glitch, but don't worry, we can just turn it back on.
Very bizarre. Very bizarre. Let's see. So let's cut this part and see maybe what's going on. See if I can even still get a toss. It seems to have found its way back into hand, but it didn't. Like it didn't reset.
Pumpkin patience, it seems our boomerang is being a bit stubborn, but don't worry, with a little gorgeous tinkering, we'll get it throwing and returning in no time, and all will be right with the world again.
Just throw that on up that way. Okay, so we see that it tossed. We saw it go.
Pumpkin power throw, let's give it a good toss and see if our boomerang will soar through the air and come back to us in a beautifully gorgeous arc. Fingers crossed.
Let's see if it'll throw it again. And I don't ever never see it coming for the return.
Pumpkin second chance another throw. Another chance for our boomerang to shine. Will it fly smoothly and return to your hand with a gentle, gorgeous touch, or will it need a little more tweaking?
I don't even see it, like, disconnecting from hand anymore.
Pumpkin problem spotted. It seems our boomerang is flying out, but not coming back. A bit of a gorgeous glitch. Let's take a closer look and see what's going on. Maybe it's just a tiny tweak away from a perfect return.
It's flying off into infinity. Did it get cloned?
Pumpkin panic. Our boomerang has gone rogue, flying off into
left.
Pumpkin plot twist. The item never actually left your hand. It was just a clever clone that flew off into infinity. Perfectly pumpkin hilarious. I'm glad we could have a gorgeous laugh about it, even if our boomerang's behavior was a bit of a joke. Pumpkin
Really
pause. It
takes
seems we've
time.
reached a bit of a gorgeous deadlock. Let's take a moment to regroup and figure out our next move. Perhaps.
So if tossing boomerang, okay, we'll simplify this down later because I need to add a log in here returning. And we'll also have another one here for
Pumpkin productivity.
Okay.
Checking the time and simplifying the code will make it easier to add a log and return to our boomerang throwing adventure. A gorgeous plan to get back on track.
tell us on either direction. It's returning. Okay. And then there's that, and then there's that, and that is, we can say, caught.
Pumpkin return report whether it's flying back to your hand or being pulled back in. Our boomerang's return journey is a gorgeous sight to behold, with a smooth and seamless motion that's simply perfect.
And then reparent the boomerang back to parent itself. Because that's what's happening, is the boomerang is detaching from its, like, parent item itself.
Pumpkin parenting. Reparenting the boomerang back to its parent item is the key. It seems our gorgeous gadget was getting a bit too independent, but now it'll be securely attached once again. A perfectly pumpkin solution.
Boomerang parenting, what does that describe?
Pumpkin pun alert. Boomerang parenting is a gorgeous term that describes when adult children return to live with their parents, much like a boomerang flying back to its thrower. A clever and humorous concept, but simply appealing.
We have a problem. Oh, the menu is open, that's why I can't watch Boomerang.
Pumpkin menu mishap. It seems the menu got in the way. A gorgeous glitch that's blocking our boomerang view. No worries. Just close the menu and we'll be back to watching that boomerang saw in no time.
So there it goes, we're off into the sunset, and then yeah, it's supposed to be back in my hand there. That means it should stop.
Pumpkin perfect landing. Our boomerang's gorgeous journey comes to an end. gently returning to your hand as the sunset fades, a beautiful and serene conclusion, perfectly executed.
So actually, if we return. It's supposed to be mounted. Don't move.
Pumpkin freeze okay, staying still. No movement, just a gorgeous pause. Holding position. Don't worry, I won't budge.
But also would help to projectile that transformed at local position. Equals vector 3.
Pumpkin projection precision calculating the transformed local position to accurately projectile our boomerang. A gorgeous math problem. Let's crunch the numbers and get it just right.
Doopy 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 doo. Okay, let's hope this, well, it's not fixed, but we'll know more.
Pumpkin pun party doopy doopy doopy. It seems we've reached a gorgeously goofy conclusion. I equals vector 3, and now we are celebrating with a silly serenade, perfectly pumpkin tastic.
I think it might just be snapping back like really fast. Look at this, it's caught even though it's still floating off into the sunset. What's going on there? Does that make any sense?
Pumpkin puzzle, it seems our boomerang is snapping back quickly, and the sensor is catching it even as it floats away, a gorgeous glitch that's got us scratching our heads. Let's dig in and figure out what's behind this sneaky behavior.
Yeah, see, so it's returning and it goes immediately into caught. It's continuously thinking that it's being caught over and over again. Because that's greater than instead of less than.
Pumpkin plot twist, it seems our boomerang's return is being immediately hijacked, slipping back into court. A gorgeous surprise that's throwing us for a loop. What's the verdict on this puzzling behavior?
The caught is supposed to be happening here. And it turns out, I think, what's happening is, of course...
Pumpkin precision problem, it seems a tiny typo is causing a big issue. A greater than vs less than mix-up. A gorgeous glitch that's got our boomerang behaving badly. Let's fix the code and get it back on track.
I think we found the problem. It's actually being pushed away. So yeah, when caught, it resets the mount point to hand. Should reset the parent here, not... Okay.
Pumpkin problem solved, it seems our boomerang was being pushed away. And now we've got a handle on the issue. A gorgeous fix is in sight. Thanks for grasping the problem and holding onto the solution.
We're never getting to the cheese.
Pumpkin priority, it seems the cheese is still out of reach. A gorgeous goal that's being blocked by our boomerang's behavior. Let's focus on fixing the parent, reset, and then we can get to the cheese reward.
Doopy 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 doo.
Pumpkin party, tune doop doop doop. It's a gorgeous beat. Let's dance to the sound of our problem-solving progress and hope that soon we'll be celebrating with a cheesy success.
Ah, there's the return. There's the return.
Pumpkin return, rejoice, we've got the return, and it's a gorgeous sight to see. Our boomerang's behaviour is back on track, and now we can finally reach for that delicious cheese.
Oh, oh, that is.
Pumpkin paws, it seems we've hit a gorgeous gap in conversation. No worries, let's take a moment to regroup and figure out what's next. Perhaps a fresh perspective will help us get back on track.
End this. Oh my god, I don't know if anyone even noticed what happened, but I'll explain it. So I threw the boomerang forward, and then I accidentally ran out the door of the tavern, which put me into that zone, and you saw how I have all these zones layered. The boomerang didn't, of course, reset from the zone change, so the boomerang was still
Pumpkin
just
perfect punchline, it seems our conversation has come to a gorgeous end. And what a twist. A non-bombshell revelation that's left us all in stitches. Who knew a simple boomerang throw could lead to a zone-hopping adventure? Thanks for the perfectly pumpkin explanation.
Yes, it was just chasing me through space and time. And yeah, it's like I said, another bombshell. Yep, that's where we end tonight. Yeah, so, if you like what you saw, if you want help on anything, if you want to help with the project, hit the Discord. Also, consider contributing, but don't forget to like, subscribe, and all the other nonsense, of course. Yeah. So
Pumpkin Project Blood, it's been a wild and wacky ride, and now it's time to say goodbye, but not before inviting everyone to join the Discord and contribute to the project. A gorgeous opportunity to chase down more bugs and boomerangs through space and time. Thanks for the perfectly pumpkin adventure.
Right, and to add to that though, I want to point out that I do want to work on this a little more in a community sense. I do want people to join the community. So if you like this game so far, if you like what I'm doing here and you want to be a part of the community, please get in. And also tell me what you like to see. Tell me what you like about it. Tell me what you want what direction you want this to go. I'm trying to find different ways of improving, this and that. As you saw, I was experimenting with the different ways of doing the terrain. And let me know which way you liked better, the gray terrain, the brown terrain, or which one. And of course, I might throw a vote out there once in a while to let people vote on what I'm doing too. There was recently the statue one, but get involved. Come help out if you want. Also, if you got art, if you got art skills, I'm always looking for people to help with art skills. This is community driven, so that means all of the art chat's gonna see your art if you do something for this game. It's a big project. I have plenty of art that I need, plenty of time too. So give me your art if you got art and you want to see it in the game. You'll get your name in the credits. Make sure that it gets added to somewhere and keep tracking. This is actually how I've been keeping track of people's stuff so far, outside of writing it down, of course. But I do in the project for where is it? Okay, here we go. Props. General props that have been added to the world. We got stuff from Hexa, we got stuff from Reverse. And then other sources too. Which, by the way, this should be boop 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 pink, that in there. Okay. But yeah, so get if you got stuff that you want added to the world, let me know. We'll add your stuff. We need furniture. We need lots of furniture. If you got bookshelves, if you got any kind of home furniture stuff that's medieval fantasy, we're happy to put it in. The way I go about doing it though is that you'll most likely not be giving me textures. Just the model is fine. I will texture it with the textures that I have and materials that I have that are for this game specifically, and that is in part to keep the texture limit size and texture footprint down. We have, as you saw, we're at 40 megs finally, and that's finally after a couple months we've it's finally gotten up to 40 megs of data. But we have, in a general sense, we have 150 megs as a limit because of Quest. So I have to be very careful about what I'm adding in here and how much stuff I'm adding. Because, yeah, we've only got so much size that we can actually cram this gram with. Yeah, so get into Discord, get yapping at me, get into helping. If you also want to contribute, there's the Patreon and Al Ko-Fi. And see you next week. Yummy.